So traders, I'm finished just doing some analysis. This is my office right here, right now. As you can see all this charts through there. And one of the big clues that you can see in the indices, especially the Russell, there's a big clue in the Russell, right? You notice with the Russell, for the last, say, roughly 4 years, we've made some significant resistance in the last 4 years. But what's happened in the last couple of months? The Russell's actually broke up and above those highs. What does that mean? It means we were channeling for the last 4 years, but now the market is actually starting. The last few months it already broke up to make a higher high on the Russell chart. And that just simply means that I believe that that's telling us that we're getting ready to start the breakout out of that Russell channel there. And this is typically what happens whenever you see in the right. This is one of my number one trading patterns I love to trade from here, right? I love to trade this number one pattern here on these charts because it actually helps me get in specifically at the start of new trends. And what I mean by that is there's different trends the market goes through, right? So one of the big things is there's no trend when the market's going sideways, and typically this happens for 2-3 years. Gold did this as well too, right? And then something what happens is if you bring up your Russell weekly chart, you'll be able to see the Russell weekly chart just recently made in the last couple of months made a new high compared to those other highs, and now we're getting a pullback. That new high to me is the start of a new trend in place. And this is typically what happens. We go through sideways, we go through different trends, right? We go through a sideways trend, and then eventually the market's going to start to trend either up or down again. Due to the fact that the Russell actually broke to the upside just recently, that tells me that the Russell is now starting to ignite. That's the reason why we've been seeing strong moves in the Russell, right? We've seen last 2-3 days, really big strong moves. That's the Russell kicking in the gear. And the last few months, it break up to an all-time new high for the last, say, 4 or 5 years. There's not a coincidence there. The Russell's telling us that we're now starting a new trend. And this is the start of a new multiple step up. So we should, over the next 3-6 months, see some really big moves to the upside of the Russell. And this is the Russell dragging up, and then all the other indices and the S&P where it is right now, all this has got a really big ignite, and something really big is coming. And the Russell is giving us a bit of warning sign right about that.